My name's Alex. Some of you might know me as Bailey, and some of you might know me from my content over at MMA On Point. I've been making videos and streaming for about 10 years now, but I've also been training all different kinds of martial arts during that time. But I've never had a serious routine, and I've never really been able to commit to a proper training schedule. I'm 33 now, and 2 weeks ago I moved out of London, and I'm trying to change all of that. I wanted to make more time to do the things I love and to make more time to train, and naturally, after just 1 week of that, I decided to enter a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament on just 1 week's notice. Seemed like there was no better way to get uncomfortable than to dive right in, and this is what happened next. And if you want to skip to the Jiu-Jitsu, go to the 8-minute mark right here. Okay, well, 10 years of living in London, I've decided it's time to move out. It's time to move back home to where I grew up. That's Essex, England, all right? It's a beautiful place, beautiful countryside, and it's going to be great throughout the whole summer until maybe the end of the year, and then we'll see what happens next. Now, this was my plan, this was my thought process, and once I moved back, all I wanted to do was get into a proper training schedule. A schedule that I'd never been able to find. Maybe it's ADHD, I don't know why, but a really good, consistent 3-4 times a week, different martial arts training schedule. I looked around the local area. Okay, they had Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is brilliant, obviously, and will lead us to where we're going next. But there was also Muay Thai, kickboxing, and I was going to go with my dad to karate and to his running club on Sundays. Now, my dad is an absolute maniac. He's currently just done a 26-mile race in the Isle of Wight with like 6,000 feet of elevation. The man is a machine. He's 63. Here he is doing some karate, and yeah, he's definitely motivating. All right, well, the first thing to do when moving in was set up the new office, obviously. This is it, wasn't too special. Then I bought this body camera because I had this whole idea where, okay, we're going to attach this camera to myself. We're going to cycle to and from training. It's going to be sick. We're going to document the whole thing, and we're going to have a great time. Because the reality is, I don't have a car. I've been living in London for 10 years, so why have a car? So I'm on the bike right now. That means biking to the shops, biking to training, and I'm kind of living in the middle of nowhere, so... But still, I went to the shops, right? This is pretty early on in the week, loading up on good food, ready to cook some great stuff, get used to the new coffee section. Had to go with some Italian roast. It wasn't great, to be honest. Tons of eggs, all good food, good fuel, because we're going to get into the training lifestyle. Sushi rice at £1.50 is a bargain. Modest shop. It's got to fit in this backpack because I've got to get back on the bike, haven't I? So here we are, fully loaded, back on the bike. Right, we're going home. Of course, there's a massive hill that I'll have to walk up. Coming back from this after jiu-jitsu and stuff is not going to be fun. This thing goes on forever. But we're eating good. We've got yogurt granola. We got some katsu curry, sushi rice, turkey sausage, eggs, avocado. You know, we're having a good time. As of this point, I'm weighing 89 kg, which honestly isn't great. So what happened next is I signed up for the jiu-jitsu classes at the local gym, and they got back to me and they said, yes, come and train. So this is me on the bike. We're on our way to take our first no-gi class. And this is probably the first bit of rolling I've done in a very long time. I mean, I went and did that trip to the EA offices for UFC 5 in Canada, and all the content creators, we rolled a little bit. I've rolled maybe once or twice since then, not a lot, but this is all about getting into a proper training schedule. So anyway, yeah, we pull up at the gym on the bike, looking cool, you know, and that's the gym right here. Lovely place. It's a Gracie Barra, Maldon. Well, it's just me at the moment, so this should be fun. So up until this point, again, I hadn't really had any intentions of competing in a jiu-jitsu tournament. I was just trying to get back into a training regime, you know, get some good classes in. I really enjoyed the first no-gi class. There was hardly anyone there. It was really technical. It couldn't have been more fun. But then it was straight on to karate and everything else for that week. Okay, first session done. Immediate thoughts. Super fun. We got so much like individual attention. I cannot wait. Let's bring on karate later on tonight. So from here, you know, everything else just carried on as normal. Of course, I was on the fucking hill straight away as soon as I got out of the gym. But, you know, popped in for a quick Lucozade, eating my bananas as well because I knew I was going to get some kind of cramp if I didn't. And, you know, we're cooking some good food. We cooked up the tandoori salmon. And then after that, I actually went to something I could have gone to since I was about 6 years old because my dad has been going to this karate club I'm 33. So basically my whole life he's been going here. I finally went with him. It's actually really fun. You know, it's very different from MMA and stuff. But after that, we went on a big run with the running club on Sunday. That was a lovely time. That was not as bad as I thought, but it was still pretty fucking bad. Anyway, now we have to go up a massive hill. And then, you know, it was evening time. I was relaxing, taking a walk around the countryside, when I got a message in the new group chat at the jiu-jitsu club that I joined that the Essex Jiu-Jitsu Open was having an event next week. And this is when I thought to myself, fuck it, we're signing up. All right, so it's Monday, slept on it. I'm just really fucking excited, but my legs are fucked, like they are killing me. I want to practice my double legs in the garden, but I don't think I can do it right now. So here are the major problems. Obviously, I'm out of shape. Obviously, I haven't trained in a while. Obviously, I'm out of practice. And obviously, I've just joined a new gym. So first of all, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be allowed to compete. But the coach, he let me join. He was very accommodating. In fact, the whole team was super supportive about the whole thing. And I guess it's just because I was doing something a bit crazy and decided to join a tournament on a week's notice. Now, granted, I have been training a while, but this was more about literally just testing myself. How good am I today? How much has this training meant? Where is my level at? So that was the mentality, and as you can see, I'm just practicing some terrible arm drags in the garden, hoping for life that, you know, anything I've learned in the past couple of years is going to pay off. Now, what happens next, I don't really have footage of, but essentially I go to the competition class on Wednesday with the intention of kind of getting an assessment from the trainer and him understanding what level I'm going to compete at. I probably would say I would compete at a blue belt level, but after going to the comp class and seeing the level of the blue belts there, who were all absolute killers, considering it's my first comp and I was super out of practice, I think white belt was probably the sensible thing. And also, I've never been graded in jiu-jitsu, so I can't even enter as a blue belt because no one's ever given me one, even if I've been grappling for quite a while. The only other problem I was having as well was because I just started training again, so suddenly I got DOMS, you know, just muscle soreness right up until basically competition day. My body hurts everywhere because I've been training so much without training, so I'm sore. My left arm, my bicep, is kind of really hurting. I expect that once we get into the competition, it's probably going to start hurting a lot more. But I just got to get through the first round. If I get through the first round and I'm still in it, then I'm going for the win, 100%. And then before I knew it, it was competition day. Well done if you've made it this far in the video, by the way. So just gearing up towards the Saturday, you know, I was kind of a little bit worried about my weight. I had to be 88.3 kg, which is, I mean, definitely way more than I should be walking around at, but I was still a little bit over, so I was trying to manage it throughout the week. And as the day got started, you know, we got there about 8 a.m. and my fights kept getting pushed back more and more and more. And over here as well, this is the head coach, Tom Clark from Gracie, Barra, Maldon. He's a European champion, and you're going to hear his voice a lot during my fights, which are about to come up. Wasn't really sure how long I was going to have to wait, but by 3 o'clock, my first match was ready to go. So I was just trying to stay focused, just stay locked in. Each one of these matches is 5 minutes long. That's how long you get. Points are scored for different positions, but if you submit, that's it. It's over either way. Lots of hand fighting to get started.
Next time.
And that happens basically every time I get double underhooks. I still get tripped and as they step across, but then I can scramble, switch my hips, push with the right hand, and get back on top. Let's go.
Stay up, Alex. Head up, Alex, head up. Stand up if you can. Get that up.
He's trying to bridge and sweep here, but good balance really by me there.
Pass. That's it, go to mount.
I tried to take half guard there as I come back on top.
Bring your knee through, Alex. Drive.
A good job there taking half guard as well. And from here I just try to get nice and heavy. Looking for my arm, but it's not there. Head over head, a little head over head pressure.
Head up, Alex. Keep that head up, Alex. Alex, keep your head up.
Coach telling me to keep my head up. You know, a lot of people have told me after this, I just get too comfortable in people's guards. But I think that's the MMA in me, you know?
His guard's open.
Strip the hands, put him back down.
Start looking to pass.
Trying to push down on that hips. We're trying to get through the half guard.
The arm.
I know he's looking for my arm.
Get your arms out.
And, you know, I knew my elbow here was in a good position. I felt like my elbow was far enough out that this wasn't a threat. He didn't really have a good spot, and I was just waiting for my moment. And there we go. Pull it out. Step across.
Let's get a pass, Alex. Step over.
I just can't really get side control fully.
Control the head,
There we
Alex.
go.
Good. 2 minutes, Alex.
Guy did a good job here of running himself back to half guard, but I see the arm triangle, so I'll start trying to work for that.
Nice.
Push
Good.
down
Get that pressure
from
on the
half
head.
guard
Get
there,
that
but
pressure.
I
Don't
lose
let
my
him up.
balance.
Up. Get your hand out.
And there we go, another mad scramble from me. I'm holding onto that leg.
Stand up. Drive.
And here I just snap him down, land on top, and just try and pressure in as much as possible. And he taps. And I didn't expect him to tap at all. I was just trying to make it uncomfortable. but we got a win. And we got a submission in our first match. There we go, 1-0. I wasn't really sure how long I was going to get to recover, but very quickly things started to get real. I noticed this guy was much bigger than me and definitely a full 88 kg. So here we go. Let's see how this one goes. He's faking level changes already, so I was like, okay, this guy's good. Not going to let him get any grips. Goes for that single, picks it up. I'm balancing. Hand to the mat. I just spring out. That was a good shot as well. Pulls me all the way over to the side. I bounce off, pull my right leg out, and just push away in time. But I know it's a matter of time because he's been aggressive. He keeps shooting on me. Tries to grab me. I say, all right, let me snap you down then. So we get a little snap down on the guy, a little push. Trying to keep the pressure on him. And he takes a double leg and he gets it. Lovely job. He cuts the angle. When he changes here, he's so deep, but it's this right hand that gets behind my left leg so he can pick me straight up before I can whizzer, before I can really dig my underhook, before I can sprawl. And he takes the angle as well. But I get to my knees. Something I'm good at, but something else I usually do sometimes in this position is leave my head in there. And man, this was tight. You know, this was half guard. I was like, he's not going to tap me. I'm in half guard. I can get out of this. But I kind of just went blank for a second. I couldn't get my hand on the inside. And before I know it, I tapped. And you know what? I almost went unconscious here, guys. My legs started wobbling when I stood up there. I was like, oh, God. Fair and square, though. I get stuck in a guillotine. And the man taps me. Well played, sir. Well played.
I'd like some time, but we have to go. Do we have to go?
Well, it's only fair that, like, how long has it been? About 3 minutes since he's come off on it.
Alex, go now while you walk.
Look,
Coach says go, I'll go.
So about 3 minutes recovery from that one. And my God, guys, let me tell you, I was knackered after each of these. But here we go, straight back on for match number 3. Nice low shot from this guy. And here comes the sprawl. Heavy, heavy. And I try and get the back, just don't get that left hook over, and he collects my ankle, tries to turn it to a single leg, ends up in backside here. Now, I knew this was a bad place to be, like this early on in this match, but I start to see his left arm, and I start a double wrist lock, and this gets me out of here, so I'm trying to get to half guard so I can really crank this. I know I need half guard to finish this. It gets me to my knees, but he uses his head, drives me back down, but I still got the double wrist lock. I will stay with it. And I'm trying to bridge, I'm trying to roll, but I just can't get the leverage. Guy's too heavy on top. I'm trying to get my feet involved, trying to get my 1 foot underneath so I can get half guard, anything. But I just can't. And so I go back and I push down. He's really high on my body. He's kind of in mount, but I keep pushing down. I know he's high up. Push, 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 push down to my knees. And I off balance him. And you really have to dig deep here in these situations, and this is what I'm proud of myself in these situations where I pulled out this spot and I knew he was tired, so I got back up. I was like, right, mate, I'm coming at him now. Snap down. He's knackered. Wow, straight guard pass. All right, here we go. And now I can just lay on this guy, but I feel him turning to his side. I know the back's there. Boom.
Nice. Get the other hook in. Nice.
Cross the feet for a second. We go to the body triangle.
Get your hooks in for the points, Alex. Alex, get your hooks in for the points.
So something I clearly didn't know about IBJJF rules is a body triangle does not count as hooks. So I did not score any points, and everyone was very upset. But here's a front headlock, and guys, this was bad. This was tight. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what to do here. I forgot what to do. I knew I needed to walk as soon as he says it. But man, if I did not find this elbow, I probably would have tapped. But I find this elbow and I push down and I'm on top. And I'm like, right, that's it, mate. You've had it now. He doesn't stop me here. I try to take the back.
Drive forward.
He's doing a good job. He's tired. Just not letting me get that. And on the back.
Get your hooks in. Hooks in. You're not getting points because you're not getting your hooks
My
in.
coach says it again now. I'm sticking with this body triangle. I just don't know that I don't score points. I should have read the rules probably. I'm just cranking this body triangle. I hear him breathing in my ear. So I'm trying to suck the life out of him with this body triangle. He sits up and I'm like, right, mate, I'm gonna dig this thing in you right now. I get some leverage on this thing. Ride him with this body triangle. Sticking it in there, still trying to hunt for this choke, but
Alex, put your hooks in and get the points.
and they're telling me to put my hooks in because I'm not scoring any points. But I just can't hear them, guys. I don't know why I wasn't listening. Right here at the end, there's 10 seconds left. Boom! And that, again, is what I'm proud of because I know that this probably won me the match because I just hit another takedown right at 10 seconds left. I'm like, screw this.
Stay on top, stay on top.
And there we go, time. Close. Now it was even on points.
That should be a draw, a complete draw. There's no winner. That was a good match.
He should get the decision now because he's on his back.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
But I get it. The guy gives it to me.
Alex,
8 points.
got one more, yeah?
Alex,
Yeah, one more.
keep fighting.
My coach tells me there I've got to keep fighting. This is it. I know if I want the bronze medal, this is the one right here, guys. No more mistakes. I've got to stay on point. Lots of hand fighting, man. I was so tired, guys. I mean, I don't think I've ever been more tired. I've done a lot of different martial arts at this point. The competition, the adrenaline is real. I mean, I was so tired. So I need some time to warm up into this one. Just trying to snap him down. Grab the wrist, grab the back of the head, snap him down. Make it uncomfortable. Give him a push. You know what I mean? Like, I was tired, but I was like, I'm going to intimidate this bloke. Screw this bloke. I'm not losing to this guy.
Keep active like that, Alex. Keep active.
Look at the handbell going on here. And look at this shot. Sprawl, rotate, into full mount, Kimura, out of bounds. Now we have to reset in the middle. Would have been lovely, wouldn't it? He's trying to get a takedown on me here, and I'm staying upright, but I'm tired, guys.
That's it.
Coach is calling for the inside. He wants me to work underhooks instead of these collars, but that requires a lot more energy. Snap down. You can see a little bit of frustration in his face there. God, I'm so tired. I'm just pushing him around. I just push him in the face.
Be active. Active.
And here, the referee calls a stop. Gives us disadvantage because we're not doing anything. We're not being active enough.
You got this, Alex. You got this.
And I know, right, here we go. No messing around. I've got to get a takedown. I've got to get double underhooks. I know if I can get a body lock, if I can connect my hands, I can take this guy down. There's one. Left, right, boom.
Yes, nice.
Lovely. I mean, it's sloppy, but we got it. And now we're on top. We can just take our time.
Head control. Cross face, Alex.
Nice and heavy. Try to pass.
Try and pass, Alex. Come to side control.
Some bloke taking pictures.
Try and pass and get some points. Head control.
He was actually good off his back. He was creating a lot of space between the hips.
Cross face. That's it. Yes, under the head. Under the head. Come under the other side.
They're trying to tell me how to crossface because I don't know apparently because I don't do that ever because I usually punch people. Here we go. Not going to let him up. There's no way. Snapping back down with a body lock. Using my head to try and pin his shoulders back down to the mat. Now I'm just trying to make it uncomfortable.
Come around the front of his head.
Get your bicep in his face. Bicep in his face.
And again here, he goes to get up and boom. Boom, full mount. That's 4 points, baby. Lovely little slide. Look at that. I just throw this knee. Boom. We can see his face. Oh. Muay Thai knee to the chest there. And immediately I want to sub him. But I'm up. I'm up on points. We don't need to rush anything.
7 up, Alex. 7 up. Take your time.
Take your time. Chest down.
That's it. Keep climbing.
Don't tie up your hands too much.
Staying heavy.
Don't tie up your hands. Get
And I really, really want to sub here. Like, I don't want to just ride out for points. I'm trying to isolate an arm. Maybe we can Kimura. I'm trying to push any kind of elbow to the mat. And then he shows me his back for a second, so I try and hug him. Get that chest to tricep. Trying to put the right hand through like Coach Callum's saying. Now they want these hooks. Still can't really get them. I mean, I'm just getting heavy. I hear 10 seconds. I'm like, right, armbar. It wasn't very well set up. I couldn't S-mount, but I went for it. And then we're back on the back. And there we go. That's it. And I feel like pretty confidently I've won this one. And we're 3-1, baby. And there we go. We took the bronze medal, guys. That was the result. 1 week's notice. And man, we just showed up and we just did it. I mean, I definitely could have performed better. There were definitely some love handles on display, guys. There were a lot of love handles, but I'm proud of myself. And thank you for watching.